One of the remarkable things about going around here is that the collection is hugely diverse and it shows a lot of the pioneering equipment of television.
I'm here with my family on Doors Open Toronto, and we're just really impressed with the museum.
This is one of the coolest museums that I've ever been to. I learned about how TVs work.
This is a trip into nostalgia for me.
I can't compare it to anything else. I've never seen anything like it.
Everybody knows who invented the light bulb or the telephone, but when you hear the names of the inventors of television, you are really not familiar.
Logie Baird created the first mechanical TV, and Philo T. Farnsworth created the electronic TV.
TV is a very integral part of our life, and these are the pioneers. I think we should know the stories.
I'd like to welcome two special guests with us tonight. The son of the man we are paying tribute to tonight, Dr. Malcolm Baird, and his son, JLB's grandson, Iain.
Thank you, Moses, for laying on this very splendid exhibition. A lot has been written about television history and also about my father's part in it. Television was first achieved in late 1925, and the brand name was the televisor, and one of these units can be seen in the exhibition here.
Thanks to a great deal of cooperation and help from the BBC, we are now able to present The Man with the Flower in His Mouth.
The picture was just a few centimeters across, and the frame rate was 12.5 per second, which resulted in a considerable amount of flicker. So very much has changed since the early days. Any new invention is continuously subject to a kind of Darwinian process of development.
Logie Baird is really the first person to show that a television system could work. Today he's recognized in most circles, including America, including Canada, as the father of television by historians. He inspired the public with the idea of television. He captured their imagination. Thank you very much for deciding to do an exhibition on my grandfather.
On behalf of John Logie Baird's family, I propose a vote of thanks to all those at the MZTV Museum. Thank you.
I'm at the opening event where the descendants of John Logie Baird had.
To see somebody get up there in the flesh who is descended directly, it's kind of a remarkable experience.
Wow. What a fabulous introduction. It's astounding that we have two of the Bairds here.
This is an excellent museum. It really details the pioneers.
It makes your mind think, where did these people come from? How did they get their ideas?
You get curious. You wonder, how did TV come about? Well, then you come down to the Zoomerplex and you'll find out.
My principal motive in starting the museum was to preserve the objects and to somehow rescue from oblivion the reputation of the men who invented television. Let me enlist you in trying to get the word out about where these magnificent things come from. Thank you for joining us. Please, if you would stand again and receive the acknowledgement of the crowd.
I'm enormously impressed and touched, and a fantastically good job. Television has become better, more reliable, and above all, cheaper. Science is the key to a lot of our existences. It's had an enormous effect. The ordinary individual has far more access to television than they ever had before. An ordinary person can go onto the internet and show their own television program. This would have been unheard of in the 1950s. Now, I don't say whether this is a good thing or not. I leave that to the politicians and the philosophers.
This museum is exceedingly rich intellectually.
It's one of Toronto's best kept secrets.
The artifacts are so exciting, they're rare, they're beautiful.
I think everybody owes it to themselves to come here.
It's a very impressive museum.